And we're live. So this is Kiana's Guiding Mentor 11 final exit interview. We'll start with Kiana's actually come super prepared today, which is wonderful and no surprise that she's already answered a lot of the pre-reflection questions that we wanted. So why don't we move through these first, Kiana, starting right up at the top here. I love that you're sharing your screen. That makes it really easy for the recording. So yeah, a few description words that capture your feeling about each piece in your portfolio. So, you know, I kind of skimmed through this prior to our meeting and was able to remind myself of like the wide variety of things that you have in your portfolio, from origami, which is hilarious and fun, all the way to like really professional leadership workshops that you ran, all the way to assessments of yourself, reflections of your new year, all sorts of music and dance pieces in there, and English pieces. Like, yeah, it was really, really varied. So I love that that you're able to do a little bit of reflecting. Do you want to just highlight maybe one or two of those and why you shared those words?
Well, I entered in a lot of stuff that I was doing anyway. So, for example, the Ballet Étoile audition, which I did actually get in. I'm starting this Sunday.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Yeah, so this is the first company that I've like auditioned to get into. So, pretty exciting.
Congratulations, Kiana. That's such a big achievement.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of fill in part B at the same time. Oh no, what is that? Part B, sorry. Which is when you're kind of talking to me about and taking me through your portfolio, because that was a piece in your portfolio. So I'll write about this right now too.
Sorry, I just put my phone on silent. Someone calling me. Okay, here we go. And then also the Road to Gold recording project, which was super cool. I know I've already told you about this, but it was a conservatory program. We were like the pilot crew. So we didn't actually pay for it, but the course probably would have cost close to $800 to be able to do.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was such a great learning experience. We had like a super cool like teacher, and he taught us so much stuff about like different sound systems and how you can make different sounds, and different programs you can use, and different instruments. And he kind of told us, each one of us, because we all have different ears, right? And he told me that I would be a good music technician, I think, because I'm able to pick out all of the instruments in each song. So I'm able to listen to a song and be like, okay, there's acoustic drum, an electric guitar, an acoustic guitar, with a little bit of ukulele, and some like synth, you know? And,
wow.
Yeah, so I thought that was super interesting. I just thought that was like a normal thing. I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool that you can do that. And I'm like, oh, score.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That does show lots of talent. I think so many people just hear it as like one larger sound, right? Neat.
Yeah.
Okay, then underneath that, you started to. Oh, this was the theme thing. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So this year was a lot of me just going out of my comfort zone, to be honest.
Yay!
Which is good, because it opens up to a lot more learning. So I've taken a lot from this year, whether it's from like music or dance or all that stuff. Like in the band that I was in to do the recording, I was a singer as well, which I had never done. So
it's wild.
Yeah, it was really exciting. But then also the leadership workshops, which I had so much fun with, were something completely different that I had never really done, and they worked out really well, and it was such a supporting environment, and I had so much fun doing them.
Oh, Kiana, it's
And what else did I do this year? Yeah, and I like this course because you're able to take things that you're doing outside of school and put it in so that you can, show someone that you've done something super cool or something like that.
Can you still hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
I lost you for 10 seconds. Okay, and then let's look down to, so the new processes we kind of talked about, surprised by the end results we kind of talked about, and a next step or question you might want to explore as you look at these artifacts. You said you'd like to further delve into recording, teaching, and ballet. So many opportunities, you're excited to see where they'll take you. Cool. I love that. So let's look at your portfolio now, because you've created this really unique portfolio. And I'd love for you to highlight, well, you kind of already highlighted a few things, but what about, what's like the one piece in your portfolio maybe that surprised you the most? Like something now you're looking at it, and if your past self from a year ago was looking at the same portfolio, your past self would be like, what? We did this? We're capable of this? What's the big thing?
I think it'd be the sci-fi writing workshop.
Oh, cool.
I was like going in there and I was kind of nervous, but I had this idea. I'm like, okay, this will go on for like 10 minutes or whatever. But everyone really loved it. And so it went on for like the full hour. Like that's what we did, full hour. And I had so much fun. And the kids read out some of their work and it was like really good. I was really impressed.
Oh, that's so cool.
And that was something that I would never have done unless I had that opportunity,
That's amazing. Would you say then that that's also your strongest artifact in the portfolio, or would you choose a different one for your strongest?
I think that one would be my strongest because it worked out to death and it was the most fun and it was like I got to share it with a lot of other people. Like it wasn't just
nice. So many of our artifacts are solo projects. It's really cool when you get to share it with others. What about the most challenging artifacts for you, Kiana?
The most challenging artifact. Let's see what I have here. Well, the original leadership workshop, was definitely a learning curve. And I wouldn't say it was like the hardest. I don't know if any of these were really hard because I was having a lot of fun doing all of them, so I never thought of it as work, But it was definitely, it was a challenge to be able to think of ways to continue on conversation. Yeah. That was like the biggest challenge for that one. So basically working with other people and trying to motivate them to speak their mind or add comments or whatever in a situation that they aren't used to.
Oh, that's so cool. Would you take a moment now? I'm not sure what we should do this. Maybe if you can see where I am in the document, I'm just right above the exit interview and written reflection. I'll make a little box. And when you were talking about Guiding Mentor 11 at the beginning of this exit interview, you were saying so many amazing things, and I was just wishing I could capture it. Would you take a moment to write just a bit of a testimonial for the course in terms of like, it's something, and it could be a couple sentences long, but things that you are walking away with from this and maybe surprised with yourself, or if you want to just take like a minute or two to do that before we move into the assessment portion, that would be really cool.
Okay.
Thanks, Kiana.
Yeah. Something like that?
That's amazing. Thank you. Are you okay if I share that?
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Thanks, Kiana. Yeah, it's always, I find it's always helpful for learners when they're thinking about moving into a course to have like that passion of someone else that's taken it. Yeah. Okay, so then our exit interview, I mean, we've done so many assessments along the way. We did our course engagement assessment. We've done specific topic assessments. So this assessment right now is, and it's just on a scale of 1 to 5, or you can think of it as, if you want to think of it as a percentage out of 100, you can as well. But I basically just want to chat with you about, like, in this moment right now where we are, where do you feel you sit in terms of the holistic picture of, like, you've moved through all of these different things in the course. You've been a part of so many different things. You've challenged yourself. You've grown. You've created these portfolios. You've created these artifacts. And now, I mean, you showed up today prepared. You and I have this relationship. All of these things come into the factor of this next piece of assessment. And yeah, I'd love to chat with you about, like, your own expectations of yourself, and if you feel like you're really happy with that. And
I'm really proud with what I was able to accomplish this year. I feel like I did a lot, and this year was like, last year with the guiding mentor course, it was kind of like a more fixed learning areas. But this year I basically just dove into so many different things, and I was able to do them at my best and learn from them in so many different ways, and I'm really proud of that.
I see that in your work. I totally do. So then on a scale, or out of 100, where would you put yourself?
Like 4.5 or 5.
Okay, I'd say definitely somewhere up towards that 5. I think 4.5 might be a little low once you bring that into a percentage.
Okay.
Because if you look at the bottom there,
well,
4.5 is a 90. And what we're looking for under that 5 is demonstrates proficiency and inspiring or sophisticated skill or understanding of the course pretty much. Your communication of learning is super clear. Critical thinking is really evident. Demonstrating a personal connection to your learning.
So like 5?
Those, yeah, I'd give you a 5.
Okay.
Is that okay? You're happy with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't actually imagine ways that I would have wanted you to go beyond. I think that you did that on your own this year, which was really cool. And you didn't even need much prompting from me. Like, you were seeking out those opportunities in ways that, you know, last year I was pushing you towards those opportunities, saying, go for it. You can do it. This year you figured out how to do that for yourself, which is, yeah, all I could ask for as your teacher.
Yay.
So congratulations, Kayla. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself too.
Yay, honey, I'm so glad. So our last step then is to submit this to the course. So why don't you grab that link, plug it into something called Exit Interview, I believe, at the bottom.